Here with Apprentice School head football coach Vincent Brown as the 2023 season starts up on Saturday as the Builders host Averett here at the Apprentice Athletic Center. Coach, appreciate your time. I know that week one definitely a busy time for you, so we definitely appreciate it. Let's look back at 2022. Record-breaking season, 9-1, best winning percentage in program history. Offensive numbers off the chart, defensive numbers broken as well. How does the momentum from that season carry into this 2023 campaign as you start to turn your attention to Averett on Saturday?
Well, Walker, it's always a great time because anytime I'm sitting down with you, I know it's football season and I know we're getting ready to go. What can I say about last year? A tremendous season for our program, for our young men, for Builder Nation, for the families, the parents, our school, our community. Hats off to our coaching staff. I couldn't be more pleased and more thankful and more blessed. As you mentioned, we broke a lot of records last year. We started the right way, and it started from day one in camp, the summer to spring, where the guys brought into what they wanted to achieve, the goals that we set, and each week we started to check those goals off and prepare the right way. We never looked ahead. We stayed focused on the task at hand, and we went out there and we competed, and we played good football. So I couldn't be more thankful for this team and the effort that they put out last year. And it's going to go down it's in the history books, and it was a great year, and it was great.
Neptune Bowl champions as well. Forgot to mention that. First time that Apprentice has won that game in the 2-year history of that contest. Now let's switch gears. 2023 passes in the past. Now it's time to focus on week one. And Averett comes in wanting to get on the winning track to start the year, as are you guys. You guys came back from behind last year to beat the Cougars on their own home field. Just talk about just some of the general challenges that you see from this Cougar team who's coming in after having beaten Christopher Newport and Brevard last year.
Well, they do a really good job down there at Averett. It's a beautiful campus, great facilities, and we look forward to this game. We knew this was going to be our first game through the contracts, and our guys have been working hard, putting in the extra hours and preparing the right way for this matchup, knowing that Averett has never beat us before in this series. And so we have that chip on our back. I think our coaches have done a great job this week with game planning. And then this offseason with the new recruits coming in, they have done a tremendous job of bonding with the guys, understanding our standard of football here at Apprentice School, buying into everything and just working hard. And now Saturday will be their day to go out there and play the game that we all love. And I'm looking forward to it.
Offensively, Averett brings back Drew Wilson, or their quarterback, for the fifth-year quarterback. Just talk about, the challenge of facing the guy who's experienced and knows what they're trying to do over at Averett, and how offensively they have a guy who can really run the show.
Well, anytime you have a quarterback that's been around the game as their quarterback, and then it's experience there, right? So our defense, we have to be very good at our fundamentals, and we have to be very good at our base and be prepared for anything, right? It's the first game of the year. They're going to come with a lot of momentum, trying to go for a win, and we have to be very disciplined in what we do, offense, defense, and special teams wise. But if you look across their roster, they have a lot of fifth-year seniors because of the COVID year, and so we know they're going to come prepared, and they're going to come ready to, try to set their season off the right way. And so I've been very pleased with our effort at practice this week. I've been very pleased with the discipline and the attention to detail. It's something that we stress as a coaching staff. Like I said, this year, returning most of our coaches, a couple changes here and there, but for the most part, our defense and offensive plans will stay intact. And so I'm looking forward to it.
On your side of the football, offensively, Mason Tatum returns the first quarterback in Apprentice School history to go over 2,000 passing yards in a season. What does it mean to be able to have him back behind center, running the show as he looks to finish off his collegiate career this year?
Well, Mason, what can I say about this young man? a fantastic young man on the football field, off of the football field. One of my main focuses when recruiting, and our coaches stress this, is young man of character, young man of discipline, and he exemplifies all of these things. And he's been preparing since the end. Once we were able to get back into the weight room from last year, he's first guy in there, first guy staying after practice for meetings with his position coach, Coach Tony Freeman. And so I know without a doubt he's going to be prepared. I know he's taking control of that offense completely, and they trust him. His O-line is excited that he's returning, and we're returning some big boys up front. Definitely pleased with that. When you talk about Tyler Lacey, you talk about Thomas Hogus, Hayden Moody, Aiden Kuster, and the list goes on. And so does our backfield. We got Curtis Green, who had a come out season last year, and Larry. We call him Coach Larry here. We know what he can do. He's a workhorse. And then with the addition of a new recruit, Cam Jackson, I'm pleased with what he's been doing. So we're going to go out and run our offense. We're going to be disciplined in everything that we do, and go out and look to put up a lot of points.
Defensively, a couple of pieces lost to graduation last year: Christian Walker, Javion Walker, Paul Massey, but returning a lot on that side of the football as well. Just talk about some of those players that Builder Nation will get to see on Saturday.
Well, those names that you mentioned, they can't be replaced. They're part of the foundation that really turned this program around. Some of our early recruits and some of the guys that came in and helped the coaches set the standard. And I love all of those guys, and I hope to see them on Saturday. But I'm excited about this year's defense. We're returning most of our D-line, and I believe it's one of the best D-lines in Division III, with JT, Chandler Perry, Roshad, and then K-Twan Schuler. I've been so impressed with him. He's put the work in the offseason, and he's going to have a special year, that whole unit. But I'm excited about our linebackers as well, with Chase Gayness, and we have Denzel Porter, and then the back end, we have veterans back there like Buck, Xavier Hunter. We have Joshawn Jackson at corner, and then we have Josiah Beecham at the other safety or corner. And I'm impressed with some of the freshmen that have stepped up as well. So I feel like we have the unit to go out there and get it done if they are able to receive the information from the coaching staff and go out there and communicate, get to the football, and play physical builder football. Then the sky's the limit for that unit as well.
Coach, we know that there's three phases to the football game: offense, defense, and special teams. And on the special teams side, you guys have got a pretty good weapon coming back in Jeremiah Morgan, who set the record for longest field goal in program history at 49 yards last year. But there's more to the special teams than just the kicking game. Just talk about that third phase of the football game and how important that's going to be on Saturday against Averett.
Absolutely. Special teams, to me, is the most important part of the game. It starts and a lot of times it finishes games. This year I went out and hired Coach Lyndon Trail. He was a special teams guru in the NFL as far as being a player and learning the game, understanding it, and out throughout his college playing years. So I'm very excited to bring him on staff, and from day one he hit the ground running, and the guys have brought into his systems of being physical, showing tremendous effort, and understanding schemes. And what can I say about Jeremiah Morgan? Every coach wish they had a Jeremiah Morgan. I mean, like you said, he's broken records, but he puts the work in on and off the field. He's a tremendous leader in the yard. He's I believe 3.5 grade point average student. He's everything that I asked for. And then we went out and recruited Logan Eastman. He's a great kicker from up the road, and him joining Jeremiah, I'm confident that our special teams will do well. And anybody that's a part of those units had to work for it throughout camp. And so it was a lot of competition. And so I can't wait to see them on Saturday.
And I know we can't wait to see the Builders take the field on Saturday as well. Just as we wrap things up, is there a message you want to send to Builder Nation ahead of Saturday's home opener where your builders get to take the field for the first time in front of what we hope is a packed crowd.
Absolutely. As always, Build a Nation. For all my family and friends and parents who came out last year, our school, our support staff will continue to come out. Bring an extra person with you. This is the year. If you missed last year's historic run, well, you're in for something special this year as well. So I encourage you to get out here. We're going to have the food trucks out here. We're going to have games and bounce houses for the kids. It's going to be exciting, and so don't miss it. We have 6 home games this year, but I want you all at the first one, and I want to continue. I want you guys to come out and support your builders with everything that they do for the school, the company, and how we represent the right way. And your support goes a long way, and I want you to know that I thank you all, and I'm looking forward to seeing you.